What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full Petilil evolution and forms team. Derek, this one is for you. So we've got Petilil, Lilligant, and Lilligant Hisuian. So we've got 3 Pokemon. We've got 4 different abilities here, so we got the remaining ones of Leaf Guard, Chlorophyll, and Own Tempo, and the new one is Hustle, which is from the Lilligant Hisuian form. I'll be using all of these abilities, and I'll be doing 3 of each Pokemon, so the normals and the shinies to make up a full team of 6. First opponent here, I'm not really sure what their name is, but they've got a naughty, hacked little Decidueye. So I've got my Petilil lead here. This is a bulky set. So I've got Sunny Day, my favorite healing move, Leech Seed, and Giga Drain. This is going to have Leaf Guard as the ability, and the item is going to be Everlight. So I've got Max Health and Max Defensive EVs and Bold Nature. Now, funnily enough, with the Decidueye, it was like a 3 to 4 hit KO on this aerial ace, which was pretty funny because most of the time we would probably get wrecked in one shot. So I managed to live a couple of hits there, which was really cool, and get a bit of damage back there with the Giga Drain. There wasn't much I could really do in this matchup. I didn't really want to swap any of my other Pokemon in because they were all weak to flying. Next Pokemon is going to be Petilil number 2. Now this is a Focus Sash set. And we've got Sunny Day, Growth, Sleep Powder, and Leaf Storm. Chlorophyll as the ability, and Max Special Attack and Max Speed, Timber Nature. So what I was trying to do is just to get some damage off against the Decidueye. I didn't think I could really do much with both the Petilils in this battle. So I just tried to get the Decidueye's health down a little bit, and then I was thinking about swapping a Pokemon in and finishing them off. But what do you think of Lilligant and Lilligant Hisuian? What do you think of these Pokemon? Do you like them? Do you don't like them? Let me know in the comment section of the video. I always liked Lilligant. I think it's a pretty cool Pokemon. Next we got here is Lilligant. This is the Hisuian form. We've got Sunny Day and Solar Beam. It's a special set, a PIMPNITE special. And unfortunately, since it's special as well, kind of bad, Air Slash fails to take out the Decidueye, and half my team has been wiped. That was Max Special Attack and Max Health with the Heat Rock and Chlorophyll as the ability. So that's the end of that. I've only got 3 more Pokemon left. Something has to happen here, people. Now, I've brought in my Lilligant. We've got a special set. So we've got Quiver Dance, Terra Blast with Terra-type Water, Energy Ball, and Hyper Beam. Max Special Attack and Max Speed, Timber Nature. First things first there, we're going to finish off with the Decidueye, and in comes another Hackmon. It is a Typhlosion. I'm like, oh no, this is very, very bad. Wait, this is my physical set. I'm sorry. I got them mixed up. I'm probably going to get roasted for that. So this Lilligant is a physical set. It's Bullet Seed, Trailblaze, Sword Dance, and Facade. Own Tempo as the ability, and Loaded Dice as the item. Max Attack and Max Speed is the EV Spread, and Adamant Nature. So that's the end of that Lilligant, but I already explained this Lilligant. Sorry, I'm getting all these flowers mixed up. So with this naughty hacked Typhlosion, we need to get rid of it ASAP, and the only way to get around that is going to be going for a Terra Water. So obviously with this team of grass Pokemon, it's very, very weak to any flying moves, ice, fire, all that sort of stuff. It was quite difficult. So here comes the obvious eruption from Typhlosion. I'm going to live that one fairly well due to the Terra Water. And now I can go for a Quiver Dance. So that's going to give me a bit of speed, special attack, and special defense, which is going to allow me to outspeed this Typhlosion and hit it really, really hard with Terra Blast Water. I also like how the Terra Water comes out of the top of Lilligant's plant at the top. Looks like the flower. Actually looks pretty good. So next Pokemon is, it's another Hackmon. It's a Greninja. I'm like, man, like what is going on here? So we're going to go for Energy Ball. I thought they may try and go for a little Timmy Terra, but they didn't, and that is the end of Greninja. So I've clawed my way back in this Pokemon. Another one! What, these .com websites, it's seriously though, seriously, all jokes aside, this is out of control. So I'm going to go for a Terra Water, and that's the end of the Growlithe. It got sent back to headquarters after being a naughty Hackmon. Next Pokemon's going to be Skeledirge. I've got Terra Water. It's juicy. It's ready to go. I'm going to throw at the Skeledirge. It's going to one-shot it. So, wait, is this a sweep one? So I think I've taken out all the Pokemon so far. No, wait, Decidueye didn't take that out. Out comes Charizard. Here comes the Terra right at the end of the battle. I'm like, all right, what is this going to be? I actually just ended up going for Terra Water, and it is a Terra Fire Charizard. Now, I'm pretty, I was actually kind of interested because this one wasn't a .com mod. So here comes the Terror Blast. I'm going to outspeed the Charizard, and that, my friends, is the end of the first battle. Now, strange thing happened here at the end of the battle. The trainer cards never come up. They actually rage quit it at the end and disconnected, but it still showed the end screen there. So let's get some salt there, and let's get on to battle number 2. If you're enjoying the battle so far, people, in the video, make sure you hit that like button. They do help out the channel a lot, and make sure you get my videos in your recommendations. You've jumped through all those 69 hoops. Next Pokemon battle, we got a battle against Wint, and we have a Meloetta lead. Meloetta is going to be going for an Ice Punch against my bulky Petilil here. So first things first, I'm going to set up the Sunny Day. Now this is actually a pretty good counter to this set because I've actually got Leaf Guard as the ability. So if Sunny Day is active, the Pokemon cannot be status, which is really, really cool. It also means rest will fail for it too, but I'm pretty sure they've got Serene Grace Ice Punch sort of strategy going on here. So here comes another Ice Punch. Petilil is going to be fainting next turn, and I'm just going for Giga Drain. It's really the best I can do for in terms of damage. You know, that was the whole idea of this set. But I think this is pretty cool. Now, also, later on today, I'm going to have another moveset guide up too. I know it's been a couple of days, but I will have one of those up a little bit later. Anyway, that is going to be it of the Petilil. Now, I'm sort of looking at what teams I've got left here. So I've got a couple of these form teams left, but I reckon we'll beat through them in about 2 weeks or so like that, which will be pretty interesting. So I probably expect some more Pokemon sweeps in about a week to 2 weeks. We're going to start going through a lot of these new Pokemon. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update there. I'm going to bring in my special, Ellie said my special Meloetta, my special Lilligant, and it is going to be doing probably a decent amount of damage to Solar Beam. Nothing really amazing though, because its special attack stat, let me bring that one up real quick. It's only got 50 base and special attack. So that's going to be a swap out there, and we've got the Calyrex Shadow Rider coming in. So I'm like, what is this set going to be? So all its abilities came up there, and I just went for Air Slash this time. And Air Slash, well, it's not really going to be doing too much damage to Calyrex. Now, this Calyrex also has leftovers, so I'm like, is this got like bulk to it or something? Anyway, it's going to be a Metronome Calyrex. It's going to go for a spin up, but it's going to fail. Now, I'm going to be going for a Air Slash again. Unfortunately, now that I know that I'm going to get outsped by it, I really can't do much to this thing. So I decided just to stay in here and get as much damage as I could. So that's going to be going for Corrosive Gas. Now, Corrosive Gas is a pretty cool move there. What it does, it actually corrodes your item away. So it gets rid of your held item, which is, you know, a pretty cool move. Interesting. So it's sort of like knockoff, but a status move instead of no damage. So now this has got Confuse Ray. Metronome and Confuse Ray, so a very unique Shadow Rider set for sure. So Lilligant is currently confused at the moment, and I'm gonna go for another Air Slash here. I like when it goes for it. Sort of reminds me like the Hisuian form at least. It's sort of got like it reminds me of like a gymnast, you know. It's like when it's actions and little. I sort of like wearing those gym tights, or I don't know. I forgot what you got what you call them or whatever. Anyway, I got blown away there by I think it was Whirlwind, and in comes Petilil to the rescue. So I'm gonna get dragged out here. There's not much I can really do. Here comes another Metronome, and it's Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword actually does a fair bit of damage to me. I'm gonna be setting up the Sun. Now this was not my bulky set either. This was my sweeping set, so I thought I might be able to get some growths up here, depending on what the, of course, the Calyrex gets. So under the Sun, when you use growth, you're going to get a +2 in attack and a +2 in special attack. So I thought maybe I can get a couple of these up and then go for Leaf Storm. It should do some pretty good damage. So here comes Skitter Smack. Thank goodness that move actually misses, because that would have probably fainted me. Now I'm going to go for the Leaf Storm, and Calyrex only just hangs on the tiny little bit of health. So it's good, at least on a small amount of health. So here comes another Metro for Calyrex, and it's going to use Leaf Blade. So I was very, very lucky there that I got hit by moves that, you know, didn't instantly one-shot me. So I'm going to go for another Leaf Storm, and that is the end of Calyrex. It would have been very, very bad if I fainted and then it started using Metronome with special moves, because I would have got destroyed. But don't worry, things get very bad from here on out. So out comes Zangoose. I get some pretty good damage against it. Now, Zangoose is going to go for a belly drum. Like, oh, this is very, very bad. Extraordinarily bad. So Zangoose is going to also be eating a citrus berry. So it's got +6 in attack at the moment. I'm ready to be destroyed. However, the sun's going to fade and it uses Baton Pass. I'm like, oh, okay. I wonder what Pokemon it's going to swap into. Then I was very scared because in come Wingull. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to get swept by a Wingull. So I got some pretty sizable damage off there against the Wingull. And then Wingull unloads a quick attack on my Petilil. So I don't know, I'm very, very scared right now. So now I'm going to go to Lilligant. And I'm thinking, well, this could be it, people. So it's going to use knockoff. I lived the knockoff somehow. I think I must have got minimum damage there. And then I went for a bullet seed. It did actually knock off my loaded dice, but since Wingull was in range for 2 hits, it's going to fade down. It was almost a Wingull sweep, people. I would have had to, quit Pokemon forever after that. So here comes the Meloetta. It's going to punch me with its, it sort of slaps you. It doesn't really punch. It's more of a slap there. Anyway, that's the end of Lilligant. We're going to go to Lilligant number 2. This is my Hisuian one. This is my, this is a specialist there. So the Meloetta is going for a rain dance, which is interesting. I'm going to go for air slash here. So it actually lived. I was like, what? It lived on 1 health and then got an ice punch off, then took out Lilligant. You wouldn't read about it. So I don't know what's going on with the rain here, why it needs to have that up. So regardless, we're going to go into my Quiver Dance set. So I have to take some Pokemon in. I've only got one Lilligant and another Lilligant left. The Hisuian and the normal one. So I've actually only taken a Wingull out in a children's game of Pokemon and a Calyrex suit. So we're going to go for that Terra Water again. I'm like, this is actually going to benefit me because Terra Blast water is going to be powered up. So I went for an Energy Ball, and that is the end of Meloetta. So there is a Zangoose left. And we've got Basculegion. I'm like, okay, it's going to benefit the Basculegion. However, it's not a Swift Swim set at all. It must have some sort of water-type move, but in this case, it's probably not going to be too handy. So, Energy Ball hits it pretty hard. It managed to live and get a Confuse Ray off. Another Confuse Ray Pokemon. I love bursting them so much. Now the Basculegion is going to swap out here into the Zangoose. I'm like, well, they won't be able to use Belly Drum unless it's got some sort of either attacking move on it or some sort of way to pass off another move, whether it be Sword Dance, something. But doesn't matter. I'm going to crit it with the Energy Ball. Well, I don't think the crit mattered, but, I took it out regardless. Next Pokemon is going to be the Basculegion. It's only got a little bit of health left. I am confused at this point, but I'm in a pretty strong, powerful position here until I hit myself a confusion. Of course, I totally never saw that one coming. Here comes a Terra Blast normal, and that actually does a lot of damage. I was like, what the heck? That did so much damage to me. Anyway, Lilligant hits itself in confusion twice. You wouldn't read about it. And now Basculegion is going to take me out with another Terra. I think that's Choice Specs Terra Blast. Was that Choice Specs Confusion before? I think it was Confuse Ray. I don't know, it just did way too much damage. Anyway, I'm going to bring in my last Pokemon. This is my sweatiest set. We got Victory Dance, Ice Spinner, Close Combat, and Leaf Blade. I'm going to go for a Disrespector, Ice Spinner here and take out the Basculegion. This set is, let me bring it up. We got Victory Dance, Ice Spinner, Close Combat, Leaf Blade, Max Attack, Max Speed, Jolly Nature, Hustle as the ability, and Wide Lens as the item. So clearly this is the best set I've got on my team. And probably how you'd want to run a competitive Lilligant Hisuian too. I'll probably leave a, Actually, I'll leave a link below in this video if you do want to see some more Lilligant Hisuian movesets and stuff, competitive and fun sets. Last Pokemon is a Terrifying Numel, and I just went for Close Combat there. Thank goodness it was enough to take it out because it was a simple grow set, which would have, I reckon that would have probably taken me out with an Ember. Anyway, a really, really cool team there by my opponent. Let's get on to battle number 2. I've got 4 battles today with this team. Oh, look, another Wingull. I didn't really want to see another Wingull after that second battle. This battle against Peeps a lot, and we have a Quillfish land. All right, Quillfish. This is going to be interesting. So it's got the Intimidate ability, and now it's going to go for Aqua Pressure. So Aqua Pressure, it randomly raises a stat by 2. And it's going to get an evasion, which is always fun to, to go against there. So I got the sun up. Now they're going to go for another Aqua Pressure. This time they're going to get a special attack rise there by 2. I managed to land Leech Seed, which, is going to be fairly handy because I can't do that much damage here with the Petilil. Like, you know, it's probably got Everlight on it as well. So I've got that Leech Seed going. Here comes another Acro Pressure. This thing is going to be absolutely stacked. Now they get an Accuracy Rise, so they didn't really get anything amazing outside of, I guess, the special attack, and it depends if it is a special attack, although I wasn't really sure. Now they're going to use Acro Pressure for the 4th time, and it's going to get a speed rise. I'm like, all right, this thing is probably going to sweep me soon. I really got to get as much damage as I can. Like, the Leech Seed was really, really helping too. So I got some more Leech damage, and it's now going to go for Self-Destruct. You know what I think they were trying to do? I think that was just a pure Acro Pressure, Self-Destruct, normal gym set. That's all it was. Like, that's the end of Quillfish. It's also the end of my Petilil there. What an interesting set. Next Pokemon is Pinch Your Booty. Oh, okay. Are everyone watching this video right now? Do it with me. Grab your fingers together and pinch your own booty. No, you don't have to do that. But really, if you did it, let me know in the comment section of the video. I really, truly want to know. So we got this Pichurch, and I'm going to go for a Solar Beam here. Now, Solar Beam probably isn't going to do too much. Here comes another Acro Pressure. So this team is all based around the move Acro Pressure. Now, Acro Pressure is a really, really cool move because it can randomly raise a stat by 2 stages, and it can be any stat that's not max. So a very, very cool team here. I don't actually know if I've done an Acro Pressure team before. I don't know. I'd say I would have done it under some sort of theme team with, like, you know, randomly boosting moves, but matter of fact, I don't even know if I've done that. I think that I've done something like that. I'm not sure. I have to check. If anyone does know, let me know in the comment section if you can remember. I'll probably do a check after this too, but I'm very curious. I know that I haven't done an Acro Pressure team though, but somebody to have randomly raised stats. I say I would have done that for sure. Anyway, we're going to swap in my second Petilil, and that is going to be the end of Pinch Your Booty, which is good. It's a very, very naughty nickname there. So that's the end of Electricity. Next Pokemon is going to be Toedscruel. So Toedscruel, I can hit, you know, pretty hard with an amazing Growth Leaf Storm. So I've got that special attack rise there, which is going to be very important. Now it's going to be going for a Acro Pressure. The thing about Toedscruel is it's got Mycelium Might, so it's always going to be second using those status moves. So at least I can get a little bit of damage on it. So the second move it's going to use is Toxic. So like, maybe this one is based around like stalling with Acro Pressure and Toxic. I wasn't really sure at this point in the time. The item it's also got is Leftover too. So there's no way I can probably feint this with... I'm going to be fainting like 5 turns through Toxic anyway. So I went for a Final Leaf Storm here. I just tried to get some damage. There wasn't really much I could actually do at this point in the game. And now it's going to go for Knockoff. So Knockoff does a good amount of damage. It's going to get rid of my Sash. It just shows you there was absolutely no attack EVs in that at all. It's everything I'd say is going to be invested in bulk and stuff like that. So some more toxic damage here on my Petilil. I went for a Leaf Storm and it missed, and I got hit by another knockoff, and then I fainted to the Toxic. I think I may have actually cut... yeah, I may have actually cut that little bit out when I was cutting this battle up. But I went for a Leaf Storm and it missed. So it didn't really change the course of the battle at all. Can we just bring back Versus Recorder so I don't have to spend 69 years a week chopping up battles? That'd be really nice. Thank you, Game Freak. Let's put a normal game function in the game. Thank you. Anyway, so we're going to bring in the Hisuian Lilligant. We're going to take it out with a Ice Spinner, which is very good. That's going to be the end of the Sun 2. Next Pokemon to come in here is going to be Basculin. All right, Basculin. I'm going to swap that out. I don't trust this. I don't know what it's going to do. So I know it's probably going to use Acro Pressure, but let's try out the Lilligant. It went for Blizzard instead. It's a special set. I'm like, man, that was rough. So I got hit by a powerful Blizzard. Then I outsped and went for Bullet Seed. Since I've got loaded dice and Basculegion, sorry, not Basculin. Oh, man. The fish from Sword and Shield is going to fade. Man, I can't believe I messed it up with Basculegion, Arracuda, like all those Pokemon. Man, we got to do an updated fish team. So I actually had a couple of people ask about that. I will be doing an updated fish team, but I'm going to do the Basculin form teams first before I do that. Then we'll have a look at all the fish. So if you've got any fish Pokemon you reckon I should put on my fish team, or you got a suggestion, let me know below in the comment section of the video. I want to try and not have them all as Basculin either. I'd like to have like lots of different fish Pokemon and things like that. So leave a list there if you've got any Pokemon you can think of. So I've got this Serena. It's called Stop. Wait, it's called Stop. Oh, I see. Because of its of course, its legs and then, you know, its feet there. For some reason, it doesn't have any feet at all. It's just like these spikes. So that's the end of Lilligant. It's going to be fighting. I've got one more Pokemon left. I also said it's a Life Orb set too. So we're going to bring in the Lilligant. I'm going to go for a Quiver Dance here. I feel like I can get that Quiver Dance going and then maybe try and fake these last couple of Pokemon. So Lilligant's got all of its boosts here. Here comes a Leaf Storm. It was a special set. That actually did a pretty good amount of damage there, but since I got Quiver Dance up, it didn't really do very much. So I'm going to be going for a Terra Blast here. It's just a normal Terra Blast, and that is the end of Stomp. So it's all like sets based around Aqua Pressure with like, you know, interesting movesets. The last Pokemon is going to be Medicham. Now, did I say Medicham? Man, that's going to be like a combination mix-up of Medicham and Maycham. That'd be crazy. So, like, you could have, I don't know if you'd have Medicham's skinny arms, but, oh no, wait, that would almost be like, oh no, you have, okay, let's picture this, right? You'd have Maycham, but then you'd have, like, Maycham wearing Medicham's, like, Aladdin pants. I'm not sure, what are those sort of pants called? They're not robes. Like, I know they got a, like, specific name. I forgot what they were called. I don't know, but, like, it always reminds me of the pants they wore in Aladdin. Anyway, that's going to be an Aqua Pressure set. I was like, oh, I hope this doesn't get a speed boost. In fact, it gets a defense boost instead, and I'm going to be able to finish off with a Terra Water. So that's the end of the Aqua Pressure team. A really, really cool team. They're difficult to use too because you're randomly relying on a stat. But cool team there. Let's get on to the fourth Pokemon battle. This is a battle against a random person on the Poké Portal. I'm not really sure of their name. Maybe someone can translate that. We have a Donphan lead. So I've got my Lilligant physical set as the lead. I thought I may as well try and set up a Sword Dance here. I could go for a Sword Dance Bullet Seed. So, what's that? I don't know what that name means. Anyway, I'm going to go for a Bullet Seed here. Bullet Seed does a pretty good amount of damage, but as you know, or if you don't know, Lilligant's attack stat is virtually garbage. It's only base 60, so it's not going to be doing, you know, very much damage at all. But I softened up the Donphan a little bit. So we're going to go into the Lilligant here. I'm going to try and finish it off. Here comes the Heavy Slam Wailord. Doesn't do a lot of damage to me. Now I'm going to set up the Sunny Day because I want to activate my Chlorophyll ability so I can, you know, obviously outspeed the Donphan. So I'm going to go for that Solar Beam there, and that's going to be the end of the Donphan, which is good. So now I'm going to be able to outspeed pretty much all the Pokemon on my opponent's team. Oh, I had a low battery there for a second. So the next Pokemon is going to be the Qian Pao. I'm going to go for Solar Beam again. I did actually contemplate going for a Terra. This is Terra Fire, by the way, but I didn't think to go for it on the special one because it's not very good, and I feel like it might have badly lived. Anyway, Ice Crash is going to get rid of me. We're going to go into Petilil, the next Pokemon. I've got the Chlorophyll on this too. I outspeeded. I took it out with the Leaf Storm, so I'm like, that's awesome. I bet they were pretty surprised there that I outsped them, and of course, fainted them too. So 2 good Pokemon down. Next Pokemon we got is a tiny little goldfish. I'm very scared of Chi-Yu. I went for a Sleep Powder here. So the goldfish is going to close its little peepers. So I was thinking I could go for growth here, or I could swap into another Pokemon. I decided to swap out because I already had a special attack dropped by 2 from the Qian earlier. So we're going to go to Lilligant. Now, this Lilligant set, I'm probably going to need to go for Terra here because I'm thinking, well, I'm sure it's going to go for a fire move. I'm definitely sure it's got some sort of fire move. I'll go Terra Water, and then I can go for Quiver Dance, and I should be able to get around this Pokemon, or hopefully. The only problem is the sun is up at the moment, so I better stall out like the last turn, I'd say, of the sun here. So I've got my special attack boost and special defense boost, which is like the main thing. Then it pops a Ruination. I'm like, oh, did they expect the Terra Water there? Then they swapped it out. I was like, okay, I'm very confused now. Next Pokemon is Ampharos. I'm like, okay, fair enough. They're definitely going to go for an electric move here. I got some pretty good damage with Terra Water. So I swapped out my Terra Water Lilligant. I might need that later on against the Goldfish. And I went into Petilil here. So this is the bulky Petilil. Here comes a Discharge. That's not going to do very much damage. Now the Ampharos is going to swap out because clearly it doesn't have anything in my Petilil. And in comes the Goldfish again. So, with Beads of Ruin activated, I'm going to be doing nothing. Leech Seed misses, and then they went for a Bounce. I'm like, what? So, Bounce is going to obviously hit me there, but since I'm running a defensive set, it's going to do nothing. I actually got paralyzed there, which is quite funny, because if I got that Sunny Day first, then it would have been impossible for me to be paralyzed with Leaf Guard, but that's another story. So Fire Mist is going to land. I knew it had a fire move, and that's the end of Petilil. So I'm like, I need to faint this now. So I've got an opportunity to go for a growth to get my special attack boosted, and then go for a Leaf Storm. Here comes the Fire Blast again. I'm going to be living with that Focus Ash. Unfortunately for me, I don't Focus Ash, but I got burned on 1 health, and Petilil is going to faint to that burn, which is very, very lucky and unfortunate. So all I've got left is 1 Lilligant and Lilligant Hisuian. So I went into my Hisuian set, went for the close combat, and that is the end of the Goldfish. You know that a Fire Blast was coming my way. I thought they may try and go for Terra, maybe Terra Fire there, but they didn't. So we got Ampharos left and 2 other Pokemon. So out comes Tinglu. Now, Tinglu isn't really a Pokemon that's going to be... I don't think you'd Terra that very often, and yeah, I just close combat, and it lived on 1 health. I was like, you wouldn't read about it. There's no Focus Sash, no nothing, so the merch is available. So I got hit by a Ruination there. Again, that's probably the extent of Tinglu's offense, I imagine, unless they got something like Fissure or a ground move. And in comes Ampharos. Ampharos is not going to be able to leave a Leaf Blade, no way. I'm guessing they were hoping that I miss with like Leaf Blade due to the hustle ability, but it didn't happen. So Tinglu is going to swap back in here. I just went for a Victory Dance, and like, I may as well go for like, what are you going to do? Whirlwind or something like that? I doubt they go for Whirlwind. And I know it's got Ruination. So the move I went for again was going to be Ruination. So it has virtually nothing to hit me with. So now I can go for a boosted Leaf Blade. That was around 1 health. But yeah, well, Tinglu's entire family tree is going to be fainted. All the mooses in the world are now gone, you know. Last Pokemon is going to be Wo-Chin. I'm like, I wonder what Terra this is going to be, if it's even going to Terra. They didn't Terra, they just got wrecked there. And that is the end of the 4th and final battle. Hope you enjoyed the Petilil Evolution Forms team. Peace out.